Good afternoon, good morning, good evening, depending where you are across the world. Welcome to the Contro's coverage of alternative action audio commentary of Euro 2024 Group A encounter between Germany and Hungary. I'm spending alongside me today is Paul James as we guide you through this game. I can tell you that at the kickoff is no changes to the German side, which pummeled Scotland by 5 goals to 1 earlier on Friday in the opening group match. As for Hungary, they make 2 changes. So Germany remain unchanged. I'm going to give you their team news in just a second. 2 changes for Hungary to tell you about. Sees Atlai Salai drop out to be replaced by Martin Diarda. And Adam Long comes in for Benzos is out and replaced by Benzos Bola in the starting lineup for Hungary. So we'll run you through the two sides in just a moment as the teams are in the tunnel ahead of kick-off. Should be a good game today. There is 4 players who are, if they get a yellow card today in the game, will miss the next game due to picking up booking in the first match of the tournament. That's a booking apiece for 2 players on each side who's being booked. I'll tell you about who those are in just a second or two as we get ready to count down to kick off in this Group A encounter this evening. Or morning or afternoon, depending where you are across the world. As I mentioned, you're listening to the Commentary Hub 2, JB Sports and Storm FM. Focus on football as well. Hopefully everybody's doing okay today. You're also on my Twitch channel as well. Very good afternoon to every single one of you. Right, let me run you through the teams then. Starting off with Germany, who are managed by Julian Nagelsmann. They are playing a 4-2-3-1 formation today. So I can run you through their side. It's Manuel Neuer in goal, Joshua Kimmich, Antonio Rudiger, Jonathan Tah, and Max Mittelstadt. Robert Andrich, Toni Kroos, Jamal Musiala, Ilkay Gundogan, Florian Wirtz, and Kai Havertz is the lone striker. As for Hungary, who are managed by Marco Rossi, line up in a 3-4-2-1 formation. And then I'll tell you who's been booked for both sides in just a moment. For Hungary then is Peter Galacci in goal, Atlai Fiola, Willy Orban, Martin Dardy, Benzos Bola, Adam Monge, Andres Schaufer, Milos Kerkez, Roland Selai, Dominic Szoboszlai, the captain, and Barnes Varga. The players who are on the yellow cards then for Germany are 2 of the starters, which is Jonathan Tah and Robert Andrich, who will miss the next game should they pick up another yellow card this afternoon. As for Hungary then, if the right wing back Benzos Bola, who comes into the starting lineup, is booked today, he'll miss the next game, as will substitute Atai Salai, who drops to the bench today for this game. So ahead of this game then, Germany won 5-1 on the opening match week against Scotland. And they're taking on this Hungarian side looking to bounce back from defeat to Switzerland in the opening group match that they had to endure on Saturday afternoon. Alongside me for this game, and let's say very warm welcome for the very first time to Paul James, who's alongside me today. And Paul, looking ahead at this game, Germany with a 5-1 win in the opening game. As I mentioned there, Switzerland beating Hungary by 3-1 in the opening match. How do you see this game going between the two sides today, Paul?
Well, if Germany can continue to play like they have played in the first game, they're going to be a very difficult team to beat. Hungary, well, they're desperate. With the defeat to Switzerland in the first game and having to come up against Germany in the second game, this was always going to be a bit of a mountain to climb for Hungary. but they're desperate for a point, anything, to try to keep themselves in this competition before going into the final match against Scotland. I honestly think the out of the teams of the four third place teams that will qualify, I feel for the most part you're going to need to be getting 4 points or 3 points and a very, very good goal difference.
Yes, absolutely, Paul. And I was not surprised to see Julian Nagelsmann name an unchanged side with the way they performed on Friday night for Germany. Was there any standouts on that side against Germany that you looking to see perform well again today, Paul, for Germany?
Well, Tony Kroos is key. I've noticed a difference in the way that Germany play. When they do not have Tony Kroos in the lineup, they look very, very ordinary. And also Florian Wirtz on the left-hand side is very, very dangerous. Jamal Musiala as well on the right-hand side. We all know what he's all about. So, to be honest with you, I think you've got some real quality on that German team right now. And the midfield, particularly, is very, very difficult to handle.
Yes, absolutely, Paul. And if you look at the Hungary side, only one that we really know much about, apart from playing over, there's a couple that we over in England. Is a couple that we really know much about. Is Dominic Szoboszlai, plays for his club football for Liverpool, and on the bench is Callum Stars, formerly of Barnsley, now of Sunderland.
Mm.
Speaking of Szoboszlai, he's the captain for Hungary today. It's going to be a big performance for Szoboszlai if to try and help Hungary get anything from this game against Germany, hasn't it? Especially with him being one of the key players for Hungary.
Yeah, a lot is resting on his shoulders. His performance today is going to have to be very, very strong, and the whole team is going to have to work very, very hard because if you look at the two on paper, there really should be no competition. But Hungary has what we've seen of Hungary in the last few years is how well they work as a team, how hard they work collectively, and sometimes that's enough to get you through. And when you've got a little bit of talent coupled in there, like Dominic Szoboszlai, Barnabas Varga, and Milos Kerkez, that might just be enough. I know it's a tough place to come to, Mercedes-Benz Arena in Germany against the Germans, but you just never know with Hungary. They're a strong side, and the two teams have got a very close record. 13 wins for Germany, 12 for Hungary. So it's a lot closer than what you might think.
Yes, absolutely, Paul. Absolutely. As we get ready for kick-off, then very much fast approaching now as we see Germany in their changed away strip today and Hungary all in white as we get ready for kick-off in this game between Germany and Hungary. Just going through the final checks. The kick-off as we are now underway in the game between Germany and Hungary. Hungary almost in for another chance. I don't want to say from Manuel Neuer keeps out Hungary, and there's a fantastic bit of play there early on by the Hungarians as Kimmich now brings the ball away to Havertz. Out wide to the far side here, and now Germany will try and come forward. I'll give you the match officials in a moment. We've not really got a chance to give you the match officials yet in this game, but a good start from Hungary there, and we'll get Paul's thoughts on that in a moment. As Tar has possession. We'll just quickly run you through the officials. Danny McAlealy from the Netherlands, assisted by Esso Strigzer from the Netherlands as well, and Jan de Vrits from the Netherlands as Karius picks up the ball on this right-hand side, cuts in field as he keeps hold of possession for Germany. Cedar Guzboku from the Netherlands is the fourth official in VAR. Is Rob de Pernik from the Netherlands, along with Paul van Bockel from the Netherlands, and England's Stuart Atwell also in the VAR booth today. We see Germany in possession inside the centre circle with Tar. That's a good bit of play there as they keep hold of possession, and Kroos now has it. Tony Kroos for Germany in a pinky coloured kit. And we'll get the thoughts of Paul James of the early Hungary chance in a moment or two as Germany just have possession with Ilkay Gundogan back to Antonio Rudiger. Gundogan again. This is good play from Germany, keeping hold of possession. Jamal Musiala in from the right hand side and playing in a more central position at this moment in time as they have possession with Tar inside the centre circle, inside the Hungarian half. Towards this right hand side of Ilkay Gundogan, who moves in field. Good bit of playing to Tar again. And there's over to the left side, Mixshot. That's a good bit of play out to that left hand side. He's back with Tar now into that side of the centre circle. And he comes towards the right hand side and finds Antonio Rudiger. There's a good ball in towards Kai Havertz, who brings it down well. Havertz, can he get a striker goal? He can't. Fantastic piece of defensive play there by the Hungarians, including number 5, Florian Orban, are there. But good start from Hungary with that early chance, which was saved by Manuel Neuer, Paul James.
Yeah, good save by the goalkeeper. He reacted very, very quickly there. Fargo was through. And this is the thing with Germany's defence. It can be caught out fairly easily. And you look here, the sloppy play initially by Joshua Kimmich. And Roland Saleh actually there was a man that got through. But it was very sloppy play. It was almost a hospital pass back to Manuel Neuer. And Germany have to be careful defensively. They've been pretty sloppy in that area all year long.
Yes, absolutely, Paul. As Hungary will come forward again with Kerkez, who we mentioned about just before kick-off. Now chauffeuring towards the penalty area, cleared away again by Rudiger this time. And Kimmich gets it down the line to Jamal Musiala. Infield there he goes towards Ilkay Gundogan, who can't get there. And that's a clearance by the Hungarian Orban, who just clears it downfield into the path of Neuer. And Germany will come again over on the left-hand side with Schultz in towards Gundogan. Schultz again. And Germany just keeping possession, will have lost out in that midfield. It was Andrew Chu lost out. Now Hungary can try and come forward, working back well to get the ball back is Jamal Musiala. Now Kimmich has the ball down the line from Joshua Kimmich, looking for the run of Kai Havertz, who's onside. The Arsenal man cuts in field. Can he get a striker goal here? He can. And straight down the throw there of Peter Galacci inside the Hungarian goal. It's 4 minutes gone here. It's Germany 0, Hungary 0. A good chance there again, Paul, from Kai Havertz.
Yeah, good build-up play by Germany. Nice long ball by Joshua Kimmich. Perfect pass to Kai Havertz. Kai Havertz cuts in from the right-hand side and just gets the shot away. It's not one of his better efforts, but he has improved significantly since playing for Arsenal in that number 9 role. So he'll be a threat today.
He will be, and Galacci will have to watch him. So too will Flora and Orban and Dardier, who's in the back 3 today for Hungary as they play a 3-4-2-1 formation. Just looking how Germany said to win the out of possession, it looks as though, yes, they play a 4-2-3-1, but when they've got possession, it looks like more of a 4-5-1. Do you see this going forward from Germany as Hungary prepare to take this story, Paul? Do you think this could be a thing that we could see from Germany through the remainder of the tournament?
It's possible. I mean, they're just settling into it. It's early days, but I mean, usually Nagelsmann prefers to play the gegenpresser. This is something that has been effective for Germany, certainly in the last few games. So it doesn't allow teams to settle on the ball. So we'll see if that continues. But dropping into a 4-5-1, I don't know whether that would happen long term into the tournament. I wouldn't expect so.
Okie dokie, 4-2-3-1 is our Germany lineup in possession. Is Hungary have a corner which will be taken by Szoboszlai, the Hungarian captain, and he delivers a cross in towards the penalty area. And he gets the ball back here, Dominic Szoboszlai, whips the ball back in, comes across to the back post, the strike on goal there, it takes a deflection. It was the number 14, Boller, who's come into the side today and the block cleared by Andrich. That's the second time he's had to blow back a shot there, and he goes just wide, but decent effort in the end from Hungary again, Paul, causing Germany a few problems.
Yeah, they're finding space in the penalty area, and Germany have to pick up these extra players. It's almost like a game of Where's Waldo? You've got to pick up the extra man, and you can't allow this space in the penalty area to get shots away like that. It was a good block by Andrich, though.
Yes, good block by Andrich. Szoboszlai takes this corner this time. It was a penalty area this time. It's cleared away by Tar, and a good clearance as well. And it's being played all the way back to Galacci, inside the Hungarian goal by Kerkez. And Galacci will go long this time, looking for the run of Szoboszlai, who flicks on the header. and Rudiger just clears the ball away. Hungary will try and come back again, and there's number 14 there. Bolu stayed up from the back, or from the corner, but he's now got back in position. Decent start by Hungary this against Germany. This is what Scotland should have done really against Germany, took the game to them rather than sitting off and just sitting in and trying to get through to half time without conceding. But can Musiala create something here for Germany? He can't. He's feeling there was foul there, nothing given. And now Toni Kroos has gone down with advantage. And Andrich now finds his teammate there, and that's the number 17 Verts, and does well there for Verts, but he loses out this time. And now Hungary will try and go forward, and they'll try and keep all the ball here. Hungary, but it's a wonderful challenge by Toni Kroos to keep possession for Germany. Coming towards 8 minutes here, Paul James, and Germany have been yet to really settle into the game. Hungary have had much better of the game so far.
Yeah, I mean, it's as I thought. They're working hard collectively for each other and putting Germany under pressure. Look at their defensive lineup here, even with Germany in possession. A 4 and a 5 right there in front of the Germany front line. It's going to be difficult for Germany to break Hungary down because they're a very hard-working side. And like I said, this isn't going to be straightforward for Germany. They need to be playing hard. Good ball by Toni Kroos.
Yeah, Kroos into Musiala. By Havertz, and now out to Joshua Kimmich. Back into Musiala again. There's now Antonio Rudiger. Kimmich. Musiala, Kimmich again. Cuts in from the right hand side as Joshua Kimmich. Kroos. What can Kroos do here with the ball towards the penalty? Looking for Ilkay Gundogan, and just bounces over his head and runs out of play for a goal kick. But another crossing this time from Toni Kroos. But Gundogan can reach it, as we see it showed there of Julian Nagelsmann on the sidelines, having a word with some of his backroom staff about something that could potentially change here. And there's the Hungarian boss, Marco Rossi. And you'd have to say, Paul, looking at this opening match, yes, I know Germany have had a couple of possession and crosses into the box. But Marco Rossi, you would have to say, he's probably the happier of the two sides so far.
Oh, yes, I agree with you. I think he's definitely going to be very satisfied with the way that his side has settled into this game. Almost 10 minutes gone. They've not, as of yet, conceded any early goals. And they seem to have settled in rather well. They don't look nervous.
Yes, absolutely. And it'll be interesting to see how they get on in the remainder of this game. So far, doing well in the opening 10 minutes at Hungary. It's still goalless here if you're just joining us here on the commentary up 2 JB Sports, focus on football on my own personal Twitch channel as well. Was _92 is Germany 0, Hungary 0. If you are wanting to tune in right now. And here come Hungary again, and they will try and cause a few problems as Szoboszlai cuts in from that far side and just loses out there, Dominic Szoboszlai, and Hungary just try and go forward again here. Germany have possession and they will try and counter-attack on the Hungarians as Tar has possession of the back. Finds Toni Kroos. Retired from club football after the Champions League final with Real Madrid, Toni Kroos. There's a ball in towards Kai Havertz and towards penalty. And Havertz has got through. Fantastic save by Galacci and headed behind for a corner. And that's a good play from Galacci there. And Fiora at the back. But poor defending by Orban there to allow Havertz in and get a striker goal there, Paul.
Yeah, Havertz uses his strength here, but Orban needs to do better. Havertz gets in front. He's got his arms around Havertz, so it's always a dangerous thing to do, especially if Havertz were to decide to go down. But he took the ball down well, did Havertz, got the shot away, and it's a fine save by Galacci.
Yes, Peter Galacci, Galacci who's in goal. As the corner comes in, this time whipped it was a back post. And Andrew's just shot, it's just headed behind. Yet another corner, that's a fantastic volley, which was headed behind there by Bauer. That's a fantastic effort there from Andrich.
Yeah, he's keeping himself busy as Andrich as well. He's been a great addition to the squad. and he was very unlucky there. He's both effectively defensively and coming forward, and he's capable of scoring goals. Is once again for Germany, that's a very good addition to the squad, and he wasn't previously considered by Hansi Flick.
Kroos takes the corner, then win towards the penalty area, race towards Havertz, but Hungary managed to just put their foot through the ball with Salah and clear up towards halfway. Then Manuel Neuer will pick up into Kimmich. And Joshua Kimmich will look up and find Toni Kroos, who's in possession inside the Hungarian half. Back into the German half, and he's now with Andrich on halfway, just moving himself towards the left-hand side. He turns and goes towards the right and finds Toni Kroos inside the centre circle. Across to the favourite towards the right to Rudiger. Out wide to this right-hand side, and Kimmich, who moves in from the touchline now, as Florian Wirtz moves across to this right-hand side, and this one with Jamal Musiala at the moment. See if he can get a bit of joy down inside. Wirtz, good work from Florian Wirtz, and he goes down and commits a foul there. Florian Wirtz, free kick 13 minutes gone. And what have you made to the switch that Germany's done with Wirtz moving across to this right-hand side, Paul? Do you think that could be something that Germany will try and do in the radio tournament, keep switching the wingers around to try and confuse the defenders and who's supposed to be picking up which wideman there?
Well, it's definitely possible because Florian Wirtz switches from left to right all of the time, along with Jamal Musiala. They even do it for their club sides. It's definitely a thing you can expect to see from Germany going forward. We saw it in the Scotland game, and we're going to see it going on in this tournament as well.
Yes, absolutely, Paul. It remains 0-0 between Germany and Hungary, coming up towards 14 minutes on the clock. As Toni Kroos picks up possession for Germany and drops it to Mittelstadt. Back into Kroos again. Rudiger. What can Antonio Rudiger do? He plays it to Tar. Into Kroos, who gives possession away, and Hungary can try and break on Germany now if they can wear this well. And there's a good ball down the line here. This is good plays. They come forward towards the penalty area. A striker goal is blocked, and that was an effort from Salah. Then blocked by Rudiger, who was bad there. Havertz back in, helping out as well. So good defensive work by Germany. Low one man getting bad there to help out. As Florian Wirtz on his oranges, just tying his shoelaces. As Mittelstadt comes forward, here's Ilkay Gundogan. Gundogan finds Tar to Rudiger. Rudiger over the top looking for Kai Havertz. He breaks towards the left back there, Max Mittelstadt. And he's out for a throw into Germany, which he takes quickly, does the left back then, Musiala. Goes it to Ilkay Gundogan, who gives the ball away as he tries to play it out, and it remains 0-0 as Hungary will try and come forward. Salah just drops it around the corner, and here comes the number 11, Kirkes. Drops it back to the left wing back, left side of centre back in Dardy, who keeps on the possession. He's now with the middle of the three, Orban, into Kirkes again. This is a good play from Kirkes, the left wing back for Hungary, just keeping all the possession, playing he wants to with his left side of centre back in Dardy, who just keeps holding the ball again and back to Kirkes. Dardy again in. Well, they're just pressing around like this, Paul. He's making Germany run around, trying to move them around, trying to create the space for the opening. And as I just said, they give the ball away. Havertz finds Florian Wirtz. And Wirtz is coming forward on the left-hand side. He's got Musiala on the overlap on the far side. Musiala throws a penalty, low cross, and he's blocked. Behind for a corner. And Germany, just as we're saying, Hungary are playing well at the back. Case of the commentator there, as Germany got a corner.
Well, just for a moment, it was possession football for Hungary, wasn't it? Keeping the ball, trying to work Germany out of their shape. But they're not like they did against Scotland. They pressed Scotland when Scotland had possession. I'm not seeing them do that yet in this game. Quite surprised at that.
Yes, I would be surprised at that as well, as you'd have thought that would have been how Germany would have liked to play today. See, corner from Kroos, win towards the penalty area, heads up and away there by the number 14, Boller, who can help on his win. Hungary now trying to break with Salai. Wonderful run from Roland Salai for Hungary. Keeps hold of the play, Musiala there for company, so it goes all the way back to Fiola, and Hungary will come again on the far side as Fiola has possession. Crossfield pass to the number 24 Dardy. Back inside to Orban. Fiola has it again and he's out wide to Boller. Back into Dardy again and Orban. Fiola, a bit of play this as he hits the ball forward and he runs harmlessly through into the arms there of Manuel Neuer. And here comes Antonio Rudiger for Germany as he tries to bring this ball out of defence into Tar. Andrich, midway inside, turn off towards halfway. Andrich goes into the centre circle on the left for Tar again. Tar over halfway this time. Over to the left to Kroos. Wirtz back to Tar. Now Rudiger. Inside the centre circle on the right hand side. Down the line to Jamal Musiala. Back into Rudiger. And Tar again has possession. Jonathan always seems to say Tar. There's no real sting from Germany just yet on this Hungary defence. Maybe we can see something now where it's Musiala. Traverse around the corner for Ilkay Gundogan. And he's behind for a goal kicker. And that's a good bit of play from Germany again with the final ball. Just let them down there, Paul.
Yeah, that's right. But it was good build-up. But again, the final pass there, that really should have been better. It's disappointing. You can tell by the look on Julian Nagelsmann's face and his reaction in general that the pass from Havertz was a simpler pass than what he made it to be. And he touches this on the first time, but it was away from Gundogan. There was no way Gundogan was going to get that, and you can tell by Nagelsmann's reaction that he's frustrated with that. Because I think for the first time in this game, Germany had carved open that defence.
Yes, absolutely, Paul, as it remains 0-0 as Antonio Rudiger goes down. Free kick to Germany then, foul on Antonio Rudiger, which Kimmich will take into Rudiger. Now Tar. And now Mittelstadt. Down the line to Wirtz, inside to Andrich. Mittelstadt again. And Kroos now has possession. To Tar as he keeps hold of possession here. Tar says to Rudiger, you can have the ball. And Rudiger says, no, Tar, you can have it. Into Kimmich. Rudiger, Tar, as Germany just rolled the ball around well. Earlier on today, we saw a fantastic game, which we were unable to bring you here on the commentary, as Croatia drew 2-2 with Austria earlier on in Group B, and that was a fantastic game. As Musiala guessing there is Havertz trying to get the end of the ball in from Ilkay Gundogan. And that's cleared away this time brilliantly by the left wing back. Kirk is back doing the defending for Hungary. As here comes Wirtz again. Down the line looking for the run of Kai Havertz and behind for a goal kicking. Just a simpler pass there, Paul, and Havertz would have been in.
Yeah, once again, the final ball appears to be a problem, and the pass there that they were trying to play through just didn't quite connect that time either. Germany just looking a bit fractured early on. The build-up play is okay, but they're not. The final ball is just not there right now, and they're not looking like a real threat at the moment. Hungary will definitely be the happier of the two teams.
Yeah, and I'm a bit surprised how Germany's played so far, Paul, especially given how well they did against Scotland. Yes, I know people will just say it's only Scotland, but you've got to beat teams that's in front of you. And with the way they performed against Scotland, I'm surprised if we've seen how well how poorly, should I say, they've started in this game.
I mean, I wouldn't say they've started poorly, but I mean the build-up play is okay, but it's just lacking that crisp passing needed to break open a defence like Hungary's, and they just look a little bit, maybe a bit nervous right now.
Yes, as Musiala has scored, and Germany take the lead. Jamal Musiala on 22 minutes gives Germany the lead. And you'd have to say, based off how Hungary have played so far, you could say it's come against the winner play, but Jamal Musiala has scored and Germany take the lead on 22 minutes. And it's that man, Jamal Musiala, Paul James.
Oh, yes. I mean, that's his second in the competition, but you can see here as well. The chaos broke out in the Hungary defence, really. They had one or two opportunities to clear that ball, and they were not able to do it. And if we start here, the goalkeeper was very slow to react when Gundogan won the ball back. And this was the key. The ball through by Gundogan, the ball through by Musiala to Gundogan. As soon as the number 6 there, Willie Orban, collapsed, the goalkeeper should have been straight on that. It was very, very slow, and that allowed Gundogan the opportunity to play that ball back to Musiala. And it was a quick reaction by Gundogan. Actually, Gundogan even tried to shoot the ball first, and the goalkeeper spilled it. And then Musiala, it's a nice finish, helped along by Attila Foiler.
Yes, so we did have a VAR check there. The goal has been given for Jamal Musiala and Germany. They lead by a goal. So I'm not sure why the VAR were checking that goal, potentially for potential foul in the build-up there. But goal has been given and Germany lead by a goal. So thanks to Jamal Musiala's goal on 22 minutes. If you're just tuning in right now, very good afternoon to you all. As a free kick to Hungary, a foul by Antonio Rudiger in the end there, as we on Kirkes, as we look at this again, and a body check there by Antonio Rudiger, and a free kick in a promising position for Hungary to get players up from the back, and in a crossing position as well, as Rudiger remains down on the floor.
Yeah, it was legal in ice hockey, not in football. Rudiger, though, looks in a lot of discomfort as well. And that's serious for Germany.
Yes, absolutely. As we just look at the goal again, and potentially just checking for a foul there by Ilkay Gundogan on Orban, and as he just puts his shoulder into the back. To be honest, Paul, yes, I know the goal has been given, and for me, rightly so, but the foul that they were checking for that VAR on that Germany goal, you've seen given in the Premier League, so I was not surprised. I've already quickly had a look at that with a Premier League official as part of the VAR team in Stuart Howell today.
Yeah, they probably outvoted him. To be honest with you, that wasn't a foul. And yes, I have seen them given in the Premier League, but we've also seen some ridiculous decisions given by our VAR team in the Premier League. So I'm glad that common sense, and as Mike said in the comments, a good old-fashioned shoulder barge is nothing wrong with that, in my opinion. And Varga has gone into the referee's notebook too.
Yes, Varga into the referee's notebook as well. I think that came after the goal. As a shot goes in, and Hungary almost equalised from that free kick there. And so unlucky there, Hungary. And it was almost an equalising goal there. And how unlucky were Hungary there, Paul, from equalising, as we just watch this Hungary attack again. First round ball there as the ball bounced up against Joshua Kimmich. Not given, and Hungary will come again, will they? No, Kroos has the ball for Germany and play out to the left hand side for Mittelstadt, and we'll get the ball forward looking for the run there as Ilkay Gundogan goes down. Stoppage in play here. I'm not sure what for.
Foul on Gundogan.
With a yellow card here for Antonio Rudiger.
What is he giving Rudiger a yellow card for?
Unsure what Rudiger's got the booking for there. We'll try and work it out for you. I'm not sure what Rudiger has been booked here for. Ilkay Gundogan is having a word with the referee to find out why. Maybe this will tell us. As we see the shot from Szoboszlai, brilliant save from Manuel Neuer there, Paul. Cracking free kick.
Yeah, it's a super save by Manuel Neuer. He tried to keep a hold of it. That was the problem. Instead of batting it away to perhaps his right-hand side away from the offense, he tried to catch it. He just wasn't able to keep a hold of it. Good save in the end.
It's good save in the end. It remains 1-0 to Germany against Hungary. 26 minutes going. We're just looking at the free kick again here. Fantastic free kick. Pushes it to win. And I'm just trying to see if you can see where Rudiger gets booked here. As we see Tar, along with Kroos, just and Kimmich hugging Manuel Neuer there. And I'm still not seeing the reason as to why Antonio Rudiger's been booked. As is how wide now for Hungary as they will try and come forward on that right hand side with ball of the right wing back, and he gives the ball away as they will try and come forward this time around. It remains 1-0 there to Germany. And we've got some breaking news coming out of Luton Town, who got relegated from the Premier League last season. Rob Edwards has signed a new 4-year deal at Kenilworth Road to keep him in charge of Luton Town. They'll be back in the Championship for the relegation from the Premier League last time around, along with Burnley and Sheffield United. Fixtures for the Championship season. Okay, it's announced next Wednesday morning at 9 a.m. We may bring you a show for the Championship fixtures release day some point next Wednesday, and we'll keep you up to date with what time that will be on the commentary and all partner channels. And we'll try and bring you some special guests as well to discuss the Football League opening weekend fixtures, and we'll give you a Premier League review as well next week as well. As here comes Hungary again as big for Dominic Szoboszlai, who shot his blood by Antonio Rudiger, and Tar in there as well, and he's behind through a corner, and it was Tar who got the block in. A fantastic block nonetheless there, Paul, from Jonathan Tar.
Yeah, excellent block by Jonathan Tar, but once again Germany caught out. The ball came across two job slides. The first time he's really been involved, and that was a really vital challenge by Jonathan Tar. A super challenge, but Mittelstadt not close enough. Kimmich not close enough. This is where Hungary can get themselves back into the game.
And a striker goal there, brilliantly by the number 14 there from Hungary, which is ball of the right wing back, and he had another decent effort there. He had a decent effort earlier on, and he's out of play for a throw here to Hungary. Jamal Musiala couldn't keep the ball in play, and Mike Horneman said, it's mentioned here about Antonio Rudiger. He said, feel sorry for anyone who's got Rudiger in their fantasy team. Scored an own goal last time out and getting booked today. And he's putting brackets, yes, I'm one of them.
Well,
I feel sorry for you then, Mike.
Hard luck, Mike.
I just posted hard luck, my friend. But I do feel sorry for you there, Michael.
Yeah.
We didn't pick up that yellow card today, but we'll try and find out what the reason for that yellow card was, as we're still trying to work out what he was for. As is Kerkez now for Hungary. Kerkez again. Just keeps all of possession. And he's still 1-0 to Germany. Jamal Musiala's goal on 22 minutes. The difference so far, if you're just tuning into us here on the commentary up to JB Sports and Focus on Football. I also have personal Twitch channels, P. Vernon, as well. I'm not even sure why he got put there.
I can only think it was for the earlier challenge. That's what I think. And it's probably for the earlier challenge. And he was still down for a while, so maybe the referee went back to it and booked him after for that. But I can't think of anything else, or maybe he said something to the referee. Nobody else is supposed to be speaking to the referees but the captain in these competitions.
Yeah, maybe, but we'll have to wait and see what the reason is. Once we find out, we'll let you know here on the commentary hub. Russ Vernon with you alongside Paul James for this early Group A encounter between Germany and Hungary. Hungary to a bit of defending there at the moment in time. Verts drops it back to the aforementioned Antonio Rudiger to Kimmich. Verts again, Rudiger. Antonio Rudiger will line up a strike here, will he? No. I want to Joshua Kimmich. Kimmich will he get the ball in towards the penalty area? Goes back to Antonio Rudiger. Tar over the top looking for Kimmich again. Good defensive play this time from the Reader, who gets the ball away. And now for a throw in to Germany here, which will be taken by Joshua Kimmich, who takes it quickly to Tar. Now Tony Kroos does well here. And just keeps on the possession. Andrich gets the ball into the path of the number 17 Verts. Rudiger, Tar again. Mustad, how wide it goes, running this time to Musiala. Jamal Musiala cuts in from the left hand side. Andrich over to Ilkay Gundogan, and he goes behind for a goal kick. There it is, a good piece of play again from Germany, but the final ball, Paul, as we mentioned already, just lets down the Germans.
Yeah, again, the final ball, but they've not looked brilliant this at all. This has not been vintage German performance so far. And at the moment, they're doing enough. A win will see them through, given the other results that have gone on in the competition so far. A win will probably see them first or second in the group, in actual fact, depending on how the game with Switzerland goes against Scotland. But it's looking like for me right now that they're just not. That they're looking more like they played against the Ukraine and Greece than they were against Scotland right now. If that makes sense.
Yes, it does. And like I said, Paul, you can only be what's in front of you. And Germany are doing that at the moment in time. They're currently leading by 1-0 against Hungary, but we'll have to wait to see how Germany do later. How Germany get on in this game, should I say? Now Scotland get on later, should I say? If Scotland or if Hungary were to win this game and turn this game around, that would be a big shock. And another big shock would be if Scotland were to beat Switzerland later. As Verts gives the ball away to Ilkay Gundogan. And fantastic piece of footwork there as Germany will try and come forward and is given away. And there's a free kick to Hungary this time. Just going back to the Rudiger yellow card, Paul, you think it meant to be for that free kick earlier, and that's what I'm reading here. It says perhaps the referee had forgotten to show a card for the free kick he gave away a few moments ago. Maybe he came back onto the pitch too quickly after receiving treatment, because you saw Kylian Mbappe get booked for coming back onto the pitch too quickly after receiving treatment. So maybe that might be the reason behind Antonio Rudiger's yellow card on 27 minutes.
More than likely, I would say, yeah.
So interesting to see. And I reckon, Paul, for me, I'd probably go for the second one, because you've seen more of them. You've seen a couple of these already. Players coming back on far too early and getting yellow cards, folks. For me, with the free kick challenge, Paul, it was a free kick, but I don't think it was worthy of a yellow card. The challenge which led to the free kick, in my opinion, as we're coming towards the final 10 minutes of this first half.
Yeah, I mean, it's again, it depends on the sensibility of the referee, doesn't it? I mean, we've had referees so far in this competition that have really done sensible things, and then we've had, perhaps others who have been a bit more rash. I actually feel the referees may have been told to try to keep their cards in their pockets in this because of the limitation of yellow cards and players potentially being suspended.
Yes, maybe Paul has Tara's position on halfway, just over halfway now. Rolls the ball into Jamal Musiala. He's got little shot out wide and he crosses in towards Kai Havertz and Kimmich around the back as well. And he's gone behind for another corner to Germany. As Kimmich was coming in the back and Kirkes was managed to get his head onto the ball and heads it over just before Kimmich could go at the end of that cross there, Paul James.
Yeah, Kirk has got the header in there and has given away another corner. Better ball in that time, though.
Yes, better ball in from Germany this time around. Will be a good ball in this time around from the corner. As Tar's in there, Andrich, Rudiger, Havertz, Gundogan's in there too. So too, you can see there is Ilkay Gundogan, Havertz, Andrich, Tar, Rudiger. We've got Kimmich on the edge of the penalty area. The ball comes in towards Tar. Mr. Middleshot, who shot his charge down and cleared up towards halfway. Jamal Musiala just gets it enough on it to get back to Manuel Neuer, gets it out wide to this left hand side, and here's Florian Wirtz. What can Wirtz do with possession? He can break towards the edge of the box. Wirtz is there. Andrich. Kimmich has got possession. Good cross from Kimmich. To back over from Milshut in towards Havertz. Headed behind yet again. This time by the number 14, Bauer. This is going to be a corner kick to Germany. And good play again
Well,
from the home side.
yeah, I mean, as well though, you have to look at how hard Hungary are working defensively. They're covering their grounds. There's no loose men there on the edge of the box or around the edge of the in and around the penalty spot. They're picking up their men and they're making it difficult for Germany.
Yes, it's Kimmich. He's with the ball on the far side. Cross ball back in, looking for Tor around the back. Tor's there. He keeps all the possession. Can he get the ball into the box? He can't. So he goes back to Kroos. Musiala. He's had a penalty from Jamal Musiala. Back outside. Back inside again. And Musiala's still going. Fantastic challenge there by the number 6, Orban, who wins this side of free kick there. And that's good play from Orban. Just gets in front of Musiala and just makes sure he wins a free kick after the ball had gone. Musiala just steps onto him. In fact, he steps onto Musiala. In fact, so Musiala were very unlucky there. You can see that free kick, Paul.
Yeah, it wasn't a free kick, was it? But it would have been difficult for the referee to have got a really good view of what happened there. You see one player going down and you see connection of legs. And you look at it and you think, okay, I'm going to give a free kick to the defending side because that's the safest decision. But that wasn't a free kick, no.
No free kick either for me, Paul, as we go towards half time as Szoboszlai drops the ball back and is now given away by only to Germany's Andrich has possession out wide to Wirtz. Mischut back into Wirtz again as he's out for a throw-in which will be taken by Mittelstadt. And what can he do here with possession? Can he get the ball in towards the penalty area? You see Hungary fans there watching on as their side look to try and get back into this game as Germany just getting on with possession as Kroos. Midway inside the Hungarian half. Gets the ball to Wirtz round the corner to Mittelstadt. What can he do here? Wirtz again. Mittelstadt again. Can he get the cross in? He can't. Good piece of defensive play, including Szoboszlai bad there. He now gives the ball away to Mittelstadt. He goes to cross the ball in. He takes yet another deflection. He's yet another corner to Germany. This time a fantastic block by Boller once again.
Yeah, working very, very hard at Hungary. This is what they've been doing all the games so far. They've made it difficult for Germany. And while that first goal went in with Jamal Musiala's strike, I'd say Hungary probably consider themselves, considering the effort that they put into the game, they might consider themselves to be a little unlucky to be behind.
Yes, Toni Kroos to take this corner as we enter the final 5 minutes of the first half. It's gone quick as this first half is headed towards goal from an Hungarian head there, which was Varga, but they're helping out. And he almost pulled the ball into the back of his own there. Yes, another corner to Germany as Toni Kroos comes across from left to right to defend this really, really well.
Yeah, it was in the end he had to get there, didn't he? He's got Jonathan Tah just behind him, so he wins the header there. And well, sometimes those go the wrong side of the post, though, don't they?
They do indeed, Paul. As Kroos will look to take this corner. Rudiger's having his shirt pulled there. As a corner comes in, headed towards goal from Havertz is headed away. But Musiala has the ball back. He's fouled as Kimmich gets the ball into Wirtz. And Wirtz goes for goal and just over the bar. It is a man on the way through and just over the bar in the end there and into the crowd. Now Mike says it's all good though with regards to his fantasy team. He's got Musiala too, but he had Mbappe as captain, so that wasn't great either, him getting injured. He also thinks there might be a chance that Scotland may get a result tonight against Switzerland. We'll have to wait and see if you're correct on that one, Mike. Make sure you join yourself for that one later on. But he says, no one to start a debate on kits, but he's a huge fan of this German strip. He thinks it's beautiful. And Paul, what do you make to the German kit? I think it looks good.
I think it's okay. It's just not a typical German shirt. I mean, Germany's away shirts have either typically been black or green in the past. It's a nice design, but it doesn't look authentic to me, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, I get
I'm
what you mean
used,
there, Paul.
yeah, I'm used to seeing them wear green or black.
Yes, as Germany will have possession with Musiala. Back he goes to Joshua Kimmich. And it's clear where this time Tony Kroos will pick up and will leave it for Antonio Rudiger. Leaves it for Rudiger. And Rudiger will drop it into Kroos. What can Tony Kroos do here? Rudiger and Kroos, the former Real Madrid teammates, after Kroos announced his retirement from club football. He'll be announcing his retirement from professional football after leaving professional football after the Euros. So he'll be able to finish on a swan song with Germany lifting the tournament trophy come the end of the tournament on the 14th of July. Back with Jonathan Tah into Ilkay Gundogan. Kroos back into Gundogan again. Now out to Mittelschut. And he's back with Tah to Rudiger. Antonio Rudiger will look up into Toni Kroos as he will try and play this ball forward. Germany 1 Hungary 0 is the scoreline if you're just joining us, thanks to the goal on 22 minutes from Jamal Musiala. This is Ilkay Gundogan. And Rich Tah to Kroos. Toni Kroos goes wide to his right and finds Rudiger. Back heel flick inside to Musiala. Kroos again. Toni Kroos comes forward. And they've still got possession of Germany. But with the players, Verse comes deep to try and get the ball. And Verse turns this time. Edge of penalties. And Musiala for a shot. And he into the side netting. I think he's took a deflection all the way for a corner, which I think he's given as the referee. Jamal Musiala again, Paul, with a decent effort on target.
He's looking very threatening all the way through this first half. He's certainly the player most likely to score for Germany. And you can see here, he picks up the ball here. And in between two defenders, he gets that shot away. And it's at a tight angle. It was difficult for him to get it on target. But that is a really good effort from him.
Kroos to take the corner. And Kroos leaves the corner well, headed away at the near post as Havertz was lurking. And that's good defensive effort as well from Hungary, just straight out of the defence there and up on halfway, and he's back with Manuel Neuer. And Germany will start again as they come up from the back. As here they come from Andrich into Kroos. Gundogan, Andrich. Musiala, Andrich again. Kroos. Toni Kroos. There's 1-2 with Havertz. Musiala brings the ball down well. And a fantastic way from Musiala to Mittelschut. Throws a penalty looking for Havertz. Over his head. And over the head of Verts as well. And now for to Hungary. As we enter first half stoppage time here. And let's see how many minutes will be added on here, Paul. And for me, I don't think there'll be that many stoppages to be added on the end of this first half. In fact, we've got confirmation. You can see now that there's going to be 2 additional minutes at the end of this first period. And it remains 1-0 Germany.
Can't see it being, I couldn't have seen it being more than that, to be honest. It looks like somebody's been flashed a yellow card on the Hungary bench. I'm not quite sure who that was.
Yes, just trying to work out which of the Hungarian bench has picked up a yellow card here. As we try and look who's picked up the yellow card, as Hungary will try and cause a few problems here just before half time, as Joshua Kimmich is penalised for a foul on Varga, who's in the yellow referee's notebook. And the yellow card has gone to, I'm not sure if it's on the German bench actually, Paul. I'm not sure if it was Nagelsmann or Nagelmann's assistant who picked up that yellow card.
Yes, that's right. It is on the Germany bench as well.
So Bozai with the free kick, and a fantastic from there, and it's in. Hungary has scored, but it's being disallowed. It's offside. It will not count. Hungary think they've equalised. The goal has been disallowed, but it's headed on by Willis Salai. And we're just looking at this here. And whoever gets this headed on goal from Orban and as Salah puts it in on a rebound, well, the flag is up for offside, it will not count. VAR checking this goal, and goal is being checked, and the goal remains disallowed. It's still 1-0 Germany, but a let off there for the Germans, Paul.
Yeah, definitely offside. I could see it from the first replay, but one thing I do want to mention, it's slight subject change from what you were discussing, Ross, is how quick the VAR decisions have been given here in this competition. They've been done in
Yes,
just a few seconds in some cases.
yeah, like that one was done over in just a few seconds, and offside decisions are done very, very quickly using semi-automated offsides. Some of the goal checks have been done fairly quickly as well. And that's just something that the PGMOL in England are looking to fetch in to the current to England for next season as well. So maybe we'll see a bit more quick decisions in the Premier League next season as well, Paul. As the half-time whistle goes there, and Germany lead by a goal to nil thanks to the goal from Jamal Musiala on 22 minutes of difference between the two sides. Rudiger picked up a yellow card on 27 minutes. So too did Varga on 22 minutes as well, just after the goal, for complaining about the goal. And with him not being the captain, he wasn't allowed to speak to the referee. But the half-time whistle has gone here in Stuttgart, in the Stuttgart Arena. It is Germany 1, Hungary nil at the break. And just before we do go for our break, let me bring the thoughts of the first half from Paul James.
Yeah, so I mean, for Germany, it's been very much a slow first half. The final ball has been lacking. They were fortunate a little bit with the goal because it just broke loose and the goalkeeper was a little slow to react. But chances have been few and far between for both sides. Apart from the goal, you can't really say. And Jamal Musiala, again, having a shot from outside the penalty area, is about as close as Germany have got. For Hungary, well, they had the free kick, of course, forcing the good save from Manuel Neuer and the disallowed goal, but it really has been very slow in terms of chances. I think at halftime, perhaps Hungary can, with all their hard work, can feel a bit aggrieved at going in 1-0 down. But that's the score at halftime.
Yes, thank you very much there, Paul. And just a quick recap from the earlier result. It finished Croatia 2, Albania 2. Lache opened the score on 11 minutes before Kramaric and no goal from Jasula before Jasula found the net at the right end of the pitch to draw a level at 2-2 just before the full time. And what a game that was in Group B as Croatia and Albania played out a 1-0 draw, which means they have both now got a point apiece. And as it stands, they remain in third and fourth with Croatia bottom of the table, Albania in third and Germany are currently top, Hungary currently third with this scoreline at half-time in Group B. In Group A, Scotland against Switzerland. From Group A as well, a little bit later on at 8 o'clock. But until then, join us back in around about 15 minutes' time for the start of the second half. Welcome back to the coverage between Germany and Hungary, with Germany leading by a goal to nil thanks to Jamal Musiala's first half strike on 22 minutes, the difference between the two sides at the break. We'll keep you bang up to date with the early results, which finished 2-2 between Croatia and Albania, and we'll keep you across the Scotland game this evening with more live coverage on commentary on that one little bit later on, with myself, Russ Svelling, guiding you through that game this evening. We'll be getting the thoughts of Paul James very shortly at the start of the second half of what Germany have to do as they will make their way out onto the field at the start of the second half, as we see Manuel Neuer, Ilkay Gundogan, a couple of the players leading themselves out, now ready for the start of this second half. And when you look at this game, Paul, looking at Germany first of all, they're currently lead by a goal to nil at half time thanks to Jamal Musiala's goal. But what did Germany need to do in the second half to get anything out to make sure of this result and to make sure they can get all 3 points in this game?
Well, they need to play a little better in the second half, I think. The passing needs to be a little bit crisper. They have to tighten up defensively because they are being caught out occasionally and being caught out a little bit too easily. So the passing certainly needs to be sorted. It needs to be a lot more crisper. It needs to be a lot more accurate. The players need to be on the same page as one another. At the moment, they don't look that at this time. They're playing okay. They're not playing badly. But there's some key areas that are missing that I think Germany need to address in this second half.
Yes, absolutely, Paul. And when you look at it from a, let's just say, an Hungarian point of view, what do they need to do in this second half to get, if they're to get anything out of this game, Paul?
Well, they're working hard defensively and they're working hard collectively as a unit, but they need to be a little bit more adventurous. They need to get forward a little bit more and test this German defence a little bit more. And I think if they can be a bit more positive in the way that they play and go when going forward, who knows what they might be able to produce.
Yes, it'd be interesting to see what they'll be able to produce, if anything, in this second half as we get ready for kick-off, as it will be Hungary will get us back off and underway at the start of this second period, which we're looking forward to watching this afternoon. If you're just tuning into us, thank you very much. We can tell you that Hungary trail by a goal to nil against Germany thanks to Jamal Musiala with the strike early on in the after 22 minutes in the first half. We'll keep you up to date with the second half as Germany on the attack very early on, even at the start of the second period. And they're going to try and get a second goal early on here, but good defensive play in the end, Paul, as Hungary managed to cut out the danger there and get back on the ball. And Germany are coming forward again as we'll get to the start of the second half, as Germany will look to attack as Mittelschut gets the ball forward. He looks to try and get the ball towards the penalty area. Flying versus there to help him. Ilkay Gundogan on the edge of the box. Will he line up his shot here? Ilkay Gundogan. He won't. As the ball comes in now, shot. Takes the deflection over the top. In the end, it will be a corner kick to Germany, but good start to the second half there, Paul, in the end from Germany after Hungary had a bit of possession early on.
Yeah, exactly. This was a good block there by Willie Orban. Just before that, Adam Nagy blocking a pass as well. So they're still working hard defensively. It's good to see Germany looking a little bit more solid at the start of this second half in their attacking. Let's see what turns out from this corner.
Nothing turns out from the corners. Is claimed as a free kick to Hungary, fouling there by Antonio Rudiger and also by Kai Havertz on the pull of the shirt there in the end. So nothing really come of that, Paul, but Germany started off well in the second half. You'd be interested to see whether this is just a tactical switch or whether it's something that the manager, Julian Nagelsmann, would have wanted from his side, Paul. For me, I think it's something that Julian Nagelsmann would have wanted.
Well, I think he'll want them to come forward a little bit more. but at the moment we're not seeing that. But I think we will, as the game goes on, the second half goes on, I think we will start to see more of that. But right now, at the moment, it's at least a good start for the second half for them.
Yes, good start to the second half for Germany after the slowish start in the, shall we say, in the match, which has caused some German fans on social media at halftime to question how they played in that first half, especially Hungary causing them a few problems. And they've just done there and won themselves a corner through Joshua Kimmich. And that's good play again from Joshua Kimmich to defend that well there as Hungary tried to attack and get themselves forward on the attack as well, Paul, to try and cause a few problems in this game, you would have to say, especially with how Germany have started in this second half.
Yeah, I mean, they're getting themselves back into it a bit of Hungary when they're coming forward now. They try, again, putting pressure on that German defence, and that would be the way back for Hungary in my mind. The one thing they don't want to do is concede a second goal.
Yes, and it's something that Germany will try and avoid as well, to concede a second goal in the game. Be interested to see whether they will get anything from this start or whether they will not be able to get anything from this game so far. We'll have to wait and see if that is going to be the case, as it remains 1-0 Germany. We'll move through the two sides again in just a moment as we bring you this Euro 2024 match between Germany and Hungary, which has been a good start to the game so far, I'd have to say, from both sides. If I'm being totally honest with you, both sides have started well in this second half. There's a free kick in there in the end, and it remains 1-0 Germany as we see the foul in there and a free kick to come. And Germany have gone with it quickly as they will try and get forward early on in this game and try and cause a few problems early on here, as well as they will look to try and start this game on the front foot and try and cause a bit of dangerous play in the end, in my opinion, and something that they'll be looking to do in the game moving forward as well, Paul, you would have to say, especially with how Hungary have been playing in this first half.
Yeah, they've the start of the second half for Hungary. They've pretty much started it the way they did in the first, hoping to catch Germany out a little bit on the break. But I think for Hungary, that German defence is there to be tested. So I think Hungary should be a little bit more adventurous in their play.
Yes, and I would have to potentially agree with you there, Paul. They need to be a bit more proactive rather than reactive if they are to get anything out of this game, in my opinion. I don't know whether you would agree with that, Paul, or whether you would disagree with that.
No, I would agree. They definitely do need to be a lot more proactive than what they're doing right now. As for Germany, well, they need to start stepping their game up a bit. They're not playing Scotland right now, and they need to step up their game. You're playing against a team who is working hard and playing well right now, and working together collectively as a unit, whereas Scotland were very poor against Germany. Hungary are really making Germany work here.
Yes, and they doing so again as Germany have gone into the back and they're trying to cause themselves a few problems here, which seem to be working at this moment in time, which is something that you would associate with the Germans, especially them being very, very poor, you would have to say, Paul. And it's something which, when you look at it, it's something which most people would have thought Germany would have had quite a bit of joy from in the games, but they've not really got much joy in this game so far. Yes, they're losing 1-0, but apart from the goal, there's not been real much goal-mouth action from Germany in this game.
No, there hasn't. I said that at the end of the first half. Perhaps Jamal Musiala coming closest. But it's they haven't really forced the Hungarian goalkeeper into any real saves.
Yes, and that's what they need to do, Germany, if they are to get anything out of this game, in my opinion, Paul. I don't know whether you would agree with that sentiment or whether you would disagree. We'll get your thoughts on that in a moment. As Kai Havertz has possession out wide, goes to Joshua Kimmich on the edge of the penalty area. As Kimmich will look to try and get a strike at a goalie, will he? No, it goes back out wide to Florian Wirtz. Back it goes to Andrich, back into Wirtz again. It was on that right hand side at this moment in time. So it's out on that left. We'll run through the two sides in just a moment to let you know what the team is for the start of the second half. It looks like there's been no changes to either side, shall we say, in this game so far, which sees Germany lead Hungary by a goal to nil. If you're just tuning into us here on the commentary, Russ Vernon alongside Paul James to guide you through this match tonight as we keep you bang up to date with how this game unfolds in the Euro 2024. And Hungary defending for their lives here and doing very, very well so far. And they've managed to clear the ball away. And they've got it up on that far side. And it's cleared up towards halfway where there's no Hungarians there. And that will run out of play for a throw. But Manuel Neuer gets it quickly in Germany back on the front foot. And they will look to cause a few more problems here, Paul, in this game.
Yeah, at the moment it's very much the way it has been in the first half right now. Germany dictating the pace of the game, but creating very little, and Hungary hoping to catch Germany on the break. I think for Hungary, if they want to get back into this, they've got to be a bit more offensively minded.
Yeah, as Mittel shut as possession for Germany to Kroos. Now Rudiger picks up from Kimmich, who gets the ball back to Joshua Kimmich in towards Ilkay Gundogan, who's onside. On the side of the penalty area, it's still going. Low ball in, punched away by Gulacsi, and a shot comes in. Gulacsi with another save, and then another save in the end. Kroos with that shot from the edge of the penalty area this time around. But Hungary causing a few problems. They get 6 and 7 defensively there, and Germany causing them a few more problems, Paul.
Yeah, I think this is the thing. When Germany get numbers forward in the penalty area, they can cause a bit of chaos in that Hungary defence. Kroos a bit unlucky there. His shot was blocked and it bounced up very kindly for the goalkeeper.
Yes, and it remains 1-0 to Germany as Havertz was almost in again to make it 2. A fantastic piece of defensive play by Bauer, who does very, very well to defend there for Germany. It remains Germany 1, Hungary 0. If you're just tuning into us here on the commentary, Russ Vernon alongside Paul James, guiding you through the action this afternoon, and we'll keep you up to date with the tournament so far. We'll keep you bang up to date with everything that's going off in the tournament. We'll keep you up to date with, let me know if there's going to be any chances for both sides at the start in the remaining game. See if anybody can create another goal scoring opportunity, or whether there will be plenty of goals missed opportunities for both teams. We'll have to wait and see on that one. But Paul, if I were to ask you right now, do you think there'll be any changes to the way teams will be playing in this game, or do you see it being more as we're going on so far in this game?
No, I think Germany will have to start looking at making some changes. Leroy Sané, Thomas Muller have got to be considered options, and if even also the change from Kai Havertz to Niklas Füllkrug, who scores quite frequently for Germany. I mean, he's got 12 goals in 17 games. So, I mean, obviously that's got to be an option that Julian Nagelsmann considers sooner rather than later.
Yes, it'd be interesting to see if Nagelsmann does opt for that, Paul, or whether he decides not to do that. Be interesting to see how he does that in this game, whether he decides to change things. Very, very interesting stuff there. For me, Paul, I don't think if there's nothing broke, as the saying goes, Paul, don't change your winning team, and that's what he's doing in this game, isn't it? Really?
Well, yeah, but there's plenty broken, Ross. I mean, they're not playing very, very well. They're not creating options. They're not creating chances. They're not playing badly, but they're not doing what they need to do to get themselves more goals in this game. In a group stage, goal difference is an issue. So sitting back on a 1-goal lead, like, say, England did and Italy did is not a good idea, as it looks like we're already seeing a substitution here.
Yes, and a substitution for Germany here, Paul, which is one which I don't think we really called for. As Wirtz and Havertz are the players coming off here, Paul. Which are you surprised at those substitutions?
No, not in the least bit surprised. I'm not surprised to see Sané, and it is Fulkrug. Yeah, so it's basically what I suggested earlier. Nicholas Fulkrug on and Leroy Sané on. We may see Thomas Muller in time as well. There needs to be a change. They're just not creating enough for us. And yes, Havertz may be disappointed. You could see it in his face. So same with Florian Wirtz. But they're not creating enough, and goals need to be scored. It's a slender 1-goal lead right now.
Yes, and with Germany making those dual substitutions there with Wirtz and Havertz coming off, you mentioned those changes could happen, and you said you're not surprised about those changes. Would you personally, Paul, have made any other changes when those two changes were made there, or would you have just made those two changes? Be interested to hear what you would have done there, Paul, in your opinion.
I would have liked to have seen Thomas Muller come on, but Jamal Musiala is also at the moment Germany's biggest threat right now. So I would perhaps leave Thomas Muller for another 10 or 15 minutes before bringing him on. But at the moment, Germany are not creating enough, and they have to shake it up. And I think it's a really good decision by Nagelsmann to bring on Sané and Fulkrug.
Yes, it'd be interesting to see whether that changes the way Germany play in this game now, Paul. Because if I was looking at this from a standpoint of Hungary, you would have to say you'd be pretty pleased that those two players who have gone off in this game, because they've not really caused you that many problems in this second half. You'd be quite really in the first half they caused them a bit of problems, but in the second half they not really caused them that much problems. So you'd be pretty much relieved, in my opinion. And I think you'd probably have to agree with that, wouldn't you?
Yeah, I mean, I think Hungary will be glad to see the back of Florian Wirtz and Kai Havertz, but then you look up and you see Nicholas Fulkrug and you see Leroy Sané, and all that joyfulness evaporates very quickly.
Yes, absolutely, Paul. You're on the back foot again, and Galachi comes and claims possession there, and that's fantastic. Piece of goalkeeping to read the situation there. Well, it remains 0-0 between Germany and Hungary. If you just tune into us here on the commentary hub, thank you very much for doing so. Russ Vernon to guide you through this game today as we see the game unfold. And interesting to see how this game does play out and whether Hungary will look to make any more changes in this second half or whether they'll opt to remain as they are. Because in my opinion, I think Hungary would probably, if I were the Hungary manager Marco Rossi, I'd be looking myself, Paul, to be making some changes here to try and freshen things up and get back into the game. Wouldn't you?
Yeah, I think they do need a point. I mean, 3 points won't be enough, I don't think, unless you've got a very good goal difference. And right now they are -3 on goal difference right now as it stands against Germany. So, and I think their final game for Hungary is against Scotland. So that won't be a walkover completely either.
Yes, and to be honest with you, Paul, I'm a bit surprised with the substitute that they've not acted very early on, in my opinion, Paul. For me, I would have liked to see them play a little bit more, be more adventurous here, in my opinion, and try and get a bit more on the front foot and cause a few problems here. If I were the Hungary manager, and I wouldn't be pleased with the way the team is playing so far.
Yeah, I mean, they've just had a penalty claim there, Germany, but I mean, the hand was by the side. You can't possibly consider that. As much as the fans would like to have seen it.
Yeah, I want to give that, Paul. So for me, that wasn't a penalty there for me either, Paul. So I can understand why Germany did appeal for it, because if you're a German fan, you'd be wanting your side to appeal for it, and you'd be annoyed if they didn't. However, for me, Paul, like you, that was nowhere near a penalty, so I'm not surprised he wasn't given.
Wasn't even checked by VAR either. Looks like we're going to see a substitution, I think.
In a moment, we'll probably see another substitution in just a second or two. 62 minutes on the clock, still 1-0 to Germany. Musiala's goal in the first half. The difference is Hungary will come forward, kind of get the ball towards the penalty, and they can round the back. It's number 14 who can't get there, and their Spindle Shutter will push the ball behind, and it will be now, Paul, a goal kick, a corner kick to Hungary. Hungary is starting on the front foot again and playing some really good football.
Yeah, I mean, as they get forward, they do put pressure on that German defence, and as I said earlier, it's been shaky all year, and they've been caught out a couple of times. Let's see what they can see what Hungary can shape up with now, as they ready a substitution on the far side as well.
Yes, Hungary make their first substitution. As Adam Nodge is the man who comes off, and Klausner comes on as Sabozlai will take this corner kick as the substitutions just will be made in a second after the referee just sorts out the situation with the defence. As a corner comes in and just headed away brilliantly there, fantastically well, cleared in the end, and that was well played in the end. He's gone out for a goal kick there to Germany, and with the way they've played here, Paul, in your opinion, would you say, if you was the Hungary manager, would you be disappointed with how the second half's gone? Because if you look at it, in my opinion, Paul, I would be disappointed with how the second half's gone if I was the Hungary boss.
Well, like I said, I'd want to see the side come forward a little bit more and be a bit more positive in their play. But I think on the whole, they've not played too badly.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see how this game does go on, Paul, in the second half, whether we'll see any more changes and whether we'll get any more action in this game. For me, Paul, I would be very disappointed if I were Germany right now with how the second half's gone, because so far for me, if you look at it from a Germany standpoint, yes, they're still leading by a goal to 0, and I get that, but they've not really caused Hungary quite a few problems in the second half, and that's what I'd be asking my team to do.
Yeah, I mean, they haven't caused enough problems. They haven't created enough, and I think that's what the importance of the substitutes that they've just made, and see if they can create any difference. I mean, we all know Fulkrug is capable of scoring a goal. He got one in the first game against Scotland. So let's see if he can shake things up a little bit and create some chances for Germany to try to put this game to bed before Hungary grab an equaliser, because we all know what it's like. You can have all the possession in the world, but if you don't turn possession into goals, you can get caught out.
Yes, and for Germany, that if they get caught out here, Paul, that won't go down very well, will it? Especially with how they've performed in this game.
I don't think the fans will be very happy with it now.
And you would have to say Julian Nagelsmann probably won't be happy with it either.
Well, I doubt he'll be very pleased at all, and the press will have their knives out. They'll be sharpening their knives, which is usually the case when Germany performs very badly, especially in a game that they're expected to win. The press in Germany can be pretty brutal.
Yes, and it's 2-0 Germany, and it's that man who loves to score goals, Ilkay Gundogan, has made it 2-0. It's a well-taken finish. And Germany lead by 2-0 now, and the goal has come from the Manchester City man, Ilkay Gundogan, Paul James.
Yeah, well, he wasn't picked up for the first time. Hungary allowed some space inside their 18-yard box, and Gundogan just swept the ball home to the goalkeeper's left-hand side, and the Germany fans are very, very happy right now. But look at this again. It starts off with Rudiger. Rudiger's ball to Kroos. Kroos, nice one-touch passing. And there's Maximilian Mittelstadt, who finds the ball to Ilkay Gundogan. He's got all the time in the world to just sweep that home. And finally, there's space in that Hungarian 18-yard box. And Gundogan makes it 2-0.
Yes, and it's probably now, Paul, you would have to say, it's probably game over now for in terms of an Hungary response to get back into this game, wouldn't you say?
Well, 2-0 is a funny lead, you never know. But yes, essentially, I would not only hope, but I would also not expect Germany to. I would expect Germany, rather, sorry, to hold on to this, and that will be their ticket through to the next round. And I think it'll be a ticket through to the first or second place in the group as well.
Yes, it'll be interesting to see how this game does unfold, Paul, with regards to Germany, if they are to get through this game and whether they'll get through and win quite comfortably. You'd probably have to say you would expect them to win quite comfortably with how they've played, but you can never really count your chickens, really, can you? In tournament football, whether they do well or not.
No, I mean it's difficult, but Germany, apart from the last sort of 3 tournaments, generally over the history of German football, they've been experts at getting to the later round of the tournaments, deep into the tournaments.
Yeah, you'd expect him to get deeper in this tournament as well, as a ball across from Kimmich is missed by everyone and behind for a goal kick, and Hungary will come on possession once again as they will try and cause a few problems here for Germany towards the end of this game. And when you look at this game, Paul, you'd have to say that Germany have not really done enough to cause in the second half, apart from the goal from Ilkay Gundogan. If I were to ask you a question of what Germany's done in response to try to put this game to bed, apart from the goal from Ilkay Gundogan, they've really not done anything at all.
No, they haven't created much, but
would you agree with that?
This is it. I would agree with that. They haven't created much, but they've definitely got themselves into the 2-goal lead. And sometimes teams that do win championships sometimes have to play bad and still win.
Yes, and Germany are quite capable of playing bad and still getting the victory. You've seen that in a number of games, and you've told me about it before as well, Paul, when you watch some of the matches in some of the friendly matches as well. You say it wasn't the convincing performance or non-performance that you would expect from a German side, but have still managed to get the job done and get over the line.
Yeah, and I think that's the key for a lot of teams. I think any team that wins a major competition, being it a World Cup or a European Championship, don't play well every game. I mean, they can start off well, but they can also trip up. I mean, we saw it with Belgium in the World Cup in 2018. They got all the way to the semi-finals, but they almost beaten by Japan in the second round, I think it was, where they went 2-0 down and had to come back to 3-2 as Germany making a substitution. Robert Andrich is making his way off, and so is Jamal Musiala.
Yes, and I'm surprised with Musiala coming off, Paul, because he's done very well in this game, in my opinion, Jamal Musiala, but I'm not surprised with Anderlecht. You'd expect him to come off and be rested. And on in the place is full. Is Chris Fulrich and Emre Can, it looks like, as well, was the other man coming on here, Paul. Are you surprised by those substitutions?
I might have been before the second goal, but not now. I think he's probably going into that 4-5-1 sort of system, because Fulrich, of course, is a midfielder, so he's possibly going into that 4-5-1 system now to help ensure that Germany can manage this game out without conceding anything.
Yes, and to be honest with you, Paul, I'm a bit surprised with the substitution, not because of how well Germany's played today, but more so because of the formation and how well you've done in this game, looking and looking very comfortable moving forward. I'm surprised that the changes have been made, if I'm totally honest with you, because for me, and yes, this is only my opinion, Paul, you can disagree or you can agree, I don't mind which you do. But for me, I feel like Germany could have done a bit better with in terms of the possession side of things. And for me, Musiala, don't know what you think, but about this, but Jamal Musiala for me is a lot more creative than I know than Furich, in my opinion. I don't know why they've took him off, Paul. Me, I'm a bit baffled by that. I'm not sure if you could help him in, help me with that and explain that decision. Because for me, I think he's got it all wrong.
No, I don't. I disagree with that. Foybic is a really, really good young player. He's strong. He's a strong midfield player. Yes, he might not be as creative as Jamal Musiala, but Germany now have a two-goal lead with 17 minutes left. At the moment, they're looking to game manage this now to ensure that they don't concede any goals. So I can understand why they've gone about doing that.
Okay. But for me, though, Paul, as you know, it's all about opinions. And yes, sometimes me and you disagree on some stuff that we've just disagreed there. But on the other hand, you can understand. You probably can understand where the way I'm coming from as well, can't you? Especially when you looking at the
Mhm.
quality of the players that they've just took off in Germany.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I certainly can see why you might see that because Jamal Musiala has been Germany's best player today. But I think also at the same time it's 2-0. There's 16 minutes left. I can kind of understand Nagelsmann's decision to say, look, let's make sure we don't concede anything. We've still got a fairly strong, creative, attacking team out there. Let's just make sure we don't concede anything.
Yes, and I can understand that from the German point of view as well. No, because we're doing that, Paul. But for me, you want your best players on there to create things and try and get a second goal. And for me, at the moment in time, you're not going to be getting that out of the squad that you've got on the field. In my opinion, as Germany about to make, as Hungary about to make a double substitution here, which I would have to say I'm very much not surprised with that situation, with the substitution that's been made there. And you'd have to say, Paul, in my opinion, this Hungarian side have done really well today, in my opinion, Paul. I don't know whether you would agree with that, but for me, I think they've looked very well and done and caused Germany a number of problems, and especially the two players that are just fetching off you have caused Germany a number of problems today.
Yeah, they've been very good, but they've really lacked like I said, a lot of creativity, really, more than anything else.
Yes, and I'm very surprised. I'm not in terms of how well they've played. I'm a bit surprised with how well that Hungary have looked in this second half. Yeah, I'd have thought they'd been a bit more solid than what they have done in overall in the game, in my opinion, Paul. I'm a bit surprised that they've not looked that good, in my opinion, Hungary in the second half, defensively minded rather than the attack minded.
Well, they got 14 minutes to turn it round.
But I'm not. Will they? Could they? Do you think they could turn it around, Paul?
I mean, 2-0's a funny lead, but I think Germany have. I think Germany will be okay. I think they're going to go on to win this game, and I think 6 points with the goal difference that they've got will easily be enough to get them top two in the group. In my mind.
Interesting stuff there from Paul James. Paul, for me, I would agree as well. Although I do believe, I think Germany, yes, they may have 2-0 lead and get a good result out of this, but and potentially get through. But I don't see Germany potentially getting if they don't hold on to this lead. Yes, they currently are doing, Paul, and I get that. But for me, I don't feel like Germany have got enough quality on the field of play now with Musiala going off, which can win them this game. In my opinion, I don't know whether you would agree with that, but in my opinion, I don't think Musiala going off was the right substitution.
Well, I know we've discussed this at length, but I've given my reasons as to why I think that was the correct substitution. The 2-0 up, like I said, they don't need any more goals at this stage. They've got, at this point, a +6 goal average right now. They just want to make sure they don't concede anything right now. And that is why the substitution was made, in my opinion.
Interesting stuff there from Paul James, as always. He always brings really good insight into and explains his decisions really, really well, which I'm always grateful for. And we always are grateful for Paul's insight into the matches, as Germany will try and come again to cause Hungary a few problems here, which will be interesting to see whether they can cause a few problems. I'm not sure whether they'll be able to in this game, as Germany will try and see out the game, and Hungary will try and force their way a little bit in this match. I'm not sure whether Germany can get anything out of this, in my opinion, Paul, with the remaining... Not Germany, Hungary can get anything out of this game with the remaining minutes now Germany are playing so far.
Yeah, I mean, at the moment, they're just, like I said, they're just game managing right now with Germany. They're not...
Good bit of footwork there from Germany, edge of the penalty area. And they're trying to strike a goal. They will shut to put the offside flags up there, and a free kick to Germany, to Hungary, should I say, in the penalty area. May have been a shape up. It looked as though it was flagging for offside as well. So interesting decision that there, Paul, in my opinion.
There's Jürgen Lob, the old German manager.
And it'd be interesting to see what he would have made to this side, Paul, with Germany performing how well they've performed tonight. It'd be interesting if they ought to get anything out of this, Paul, whether he would be pleased with this performance.
Well,
would you agree? Do you think he would be?
I think he'd be pleased with the results, but I think he could probably pick apart some of the parts of the performance, which, like I said, they haven't been at their best of Germany today, that's for sure.
Yes, and for me, Germany, as they're going in the later rounds, depending on all the play, Paul, in the knockout stages, for me, they would need to be a bit better in the second half if they are to get... Because I think Germany will get through, especially if they come up, say, against a France or an Italy side. They need to be a bit more efficient in their play making, maybe.
Yeah. Well, again, as I said before, there are teams that will go very deep into competitions, but don't always necessarily play well every game. I think this has probably been a bit of an off day for Germany. I don't think they've played badly as such. I just feel that they haven't looked good going forward creatively. They've not created enough opportunities. They've struggled to break Hungary down throughout the game. But you also have to give Hungary their credit. They've worked hard. They've defended very, very well, and they've made it very difficult for Germany. So you have to give the Hungarians their credit. They're here on merit. They're working hard, and they've made it difficult for the hosts today.
They have, Paul, and for me, whether you agree with this or not, Paul, but for me, I think when you look at how they've played today, Hungary, and this is just my opinion on Hungary here, when you look at how they've played, you would have to say Hungary have done well compared to how well when I say done well, I mean defensively. Hungary have done well defensively compared to how you would expect them to do against a German side, where you would probably expect them to potentially, without being disrespectful, get not many results out of the game that you would expect them to, especially say the 2-0 defeat. You'd probably expect Germany to let's say, win a bit more comfortably than 2-0 against this Hungary side. But they've defended really well, Hungary, and caused Germany a number of problems when they've got on the attacks, like they've got a corner in and out to defend Germany, and wonder whether we can profit from this.
Well, let's
as the corner
see.
comes in, and he's just punched behind again by Manuel Neuer. And there was almost a goal there, which would have been very harsh if it had gone in, because for me, Hungary deserve at least a goal in this game from the way how they've played against Germany.
Well, it was Emre Can just getting across, making a header there to turn that behind. Good defending by Emre Can.
Yes, and the corner comes back in and he's cleared away edge of the penalty. Musiala goes down. And Sane goes down, actually. He did look, from the way we were looking there, Paul, he did look a bit like Jamal Musiala with the dreadlocks that he's got on there, in my opinion. And that's why sometimes if you got players who look the same, you seem to get mixed up. As Ilkay Gundogan leaves the field of play now, and I'm very surprised to see Gundogan go off here, Paul, especially with how well he's controlled that midfield for Germany.
Yeah, he's done very, very well as Gundogan today. But again, there's 6 minutes to go. I think it's he can afford to rest him going into the Switzerland game on Sunday.
Yes, and Dennis Undav gets his first minutes of the tournament in this game anyway, as he comes on now to replace him. It'll be interesting to see what happens in the second remaining matches here, and we'll be coming across to you in a minute, Paul, next time the ball goes out of play, to get your player of the match.
All right.
If you've got one lined up for us already, my friend.
I actually do.
There's the scorers of the game for Germany. Musiala on 22 and Ilkay Gundogan on 67 is the scorers for this game so far. Little shot that drops the ball into Tar as he looks to come forward here. There's Toni Kroos working his way well here, and Germany just knocking the ball around well here. And that's a wonderful bit of play down the line. Ball crossed in, and he's pumped behind here to a corner, and Furich's ball in has been just kept in by there as he tried to go into that Furich, and he's just been kept in again as it by Undav. No throw for Hungary this time against Germany, and they're causing a few problems now at Hungary. And it's interesting to see how this game goes on here, Paul, in the remaining minutes, and especially see if we get any goals late on here. I would perhaps think we would potentially get a goal or two in this game for Hungary in a few minutes' time. But you would have to say, though, Paul, Hungary would potentially look to try and get something from this game and potentially see this game out. And for me, Paul, if they do that, Hungary, the 2-0 loss against Germany is not a bad result to have, especially with the quality that the Germans have in their side.
Well, it all but puts them out of the tournament, really, because if they lose this one 2-0, they're -4 in the goal difference. And even if they beat Scotland on the final game, they're going to have to beat Scotland by a huge amount, I think, to qualify.
Yes, but they could potentially qualify as one of the third best teams in the competition, because they will probably be third.
That's what I'm referring to.
Depending on how Switzerland get on against Scotland tonight.
Yeah, that's what I'm referring to, Ross. The third place, 3 points may or may not be enough. I only think 3 points will be enough if you've got a healthy goal difference.
Yes, as Hungary will make yet another double substitution in. We'll have to see who comes on here in just a moment or two, as Varga and Salai are replaced by the number 16 and number 23, which is Gosdog and Chobot in this game. As we see the remaining minutes of the substitutions get happened here for Hungary as they make another double substitution this time. It remains 2-0 Germany thanks to İlkay Gundogan's goals in this game as we watch on here. And Paul, in a moment, next time the ball does go out of play, we'll get your player of the match. So if you've got that ready for us, we can get it sorted. I'll get it sorted in this second to put up on the screen as soon as we.
Yeah, I'll just put it in the private chat for you.
Thank you very much, my friend, as we watch this game unfold. As Germany on the attack, just make it 3 in deflection, just wide. Leroy Sané shot just goes wide in the end there. In this game, as another chance goes wide for Germany, and that's a decent bit of play again. And Germany looking to end this game on the front foot and stronger here, Paul, as we watch this corner kick for Germany. We'll try and get the ball in as Toni Kroos drops it back. There's he gets the ball, turn ball into Leroy Sané. This time it's at the penalty area, and İlkay Gundogan has done well today. Will he be the player of the match? We'll have to wait and see. The score of the second goal for Germany and the German captain. He's up there for player of the match, in my opinion, if I was picking it. And we see another yellow card this time. And it's for Mittelstadt, the German left back, who goes into the referee's notebook in the 89th minute. Or in the 90th minute, as we've just ticked into the 89th minute now. We'll keep you bang up to date with how this game has got on. We'll keep you up to date with how everything happens in this game and whether we'll see any more goals later on. We'll have to wait and see for you. Be interested to see if we do get any late goals in the game. Because for me, I think we will not see any more goals in this game. Paul, don't know about you. Don't know whether you think we'll have any more goals or whether we will not.
I don't know. It's difficult to say. We'll just have to wait and see. I'm sure Hungary will be looking for a goal because they'll want a goal for, the goal difference category.
Yes, I think you're probably right there, Paul. They'll be looking to add a goal for the goal difference category. But whether they will get one from this is another matter. As we see into stoppage time now, we're waiting 70 minutes of stoppage time, and I'm being told we have got a minimum of 3 minutes of stoppage time at the end of this second half. And there is a confirmation on my monitor. And it remains 2-0 to Germany. We'll go across and get Paul's player of the match very, very shortly. Was I giving you a teaser out a few moments ago when you mentioned about how well İlkay Gundogan had played? Or was I trying to throw you off centre there? We had to wait and see in a few moments when we go to Paul and ask him for his player of the match. Will it be the aforementioned İlkay Gundogan as the player of the match, or will it not be that? Or will it not be him? We'll have to wait and see if he will be the player of the match. Which next time the ball goes out of play, we'll get the player of the match from our very own Paul James. And I just want to say to everyone who's listening today, we really do appreciate you listening in and giving us your time to listen to us here on the commentary. We do appreciate everybody's support and time and effort here as we are watching the Germany game against Hungary today, as we try and watch how Germany gets on in this game. Will Germany come out on top in their next group game? It looks like they will come out on top in this group game today. It'll be interesting to see how they're going in their next group match. And question for you, Paul, then, as we come towards the end of this game. If you were Julian Nagelsmann and you've just seen your side win today and win quite comfortably in the end, even though I've said he's not been as comfortable as he probably would have liked in this game. How would you view this match moving forward, and would you be happy with how your team's performed, or would you still have a bit of, say, question marks about how well the team's performed, in your opinion, if you were Julian Nagelsmann?
I would have some concerns about the way that they performed today. But on the whole, I'd generally be okay with it. They've got the result. They were made to work hard by a very good Hungarian team. So I have I wouldn't be particularly disappointed. I would have one or two concerns that would need addressing though.
Interesting to see your reaction there, Paul, and some fantastic stuff you've mentioned throughout this game today. Really do appreciate you with your insight as always. Remember, guys, if you're all tuning into us for the very first time, as a full-time whistle goes here between Germany and Hungary, thank you very much for listening to this. Germany win by 2-0, thanks to goals from Jamal Musiala and Ilkay Gundogan. You can listen to some more live action later on today. Isabella Reeves says, personally, I agree with Musiala coming off with Germany winning 2-0. Makes no sense to question the decision. Thank you for your input there, Isabella, for you doing okay. As Germany basically put their place into the next round with a 2-0 victory over Hungary. Hungary basically out now. It's been now they're going against Scotland in the final group game. And to give us his thoughts for the final time on the game as a whole is Paul James.
Thanks, Ross. So yes, first of all, I'll just give the player of the match. So as the listeners may not be surprised, the player of the matches goes to Ilkay Gundogan. His performance in the midfield, dominating the midfield and creating chances and scoring, made him the difference in what was otherwise a sort of a very average performance by Germany. Didn't really get into top gear at all in the game. But his performances in midfield was excellent and fully deserved player of the match for me. Also managed to grab a goal himself. But Germany will look forward now to the next game, and obviously I think in the end, perhaps depending on how the Scotland and Switzerland game goes, just a point may be enough for Germany to top the group on goal difference. But we'll see how it all plays out. As for Hungary today, well. They're -4 now on goal difference. It's looking pretty ominous for them. They'll have Scotland in their last game, and I don't think it'll be enough for them. I think the group stage is where the dream will end for Hungary.
Thank you very much. Then there's the full-time reaction to this game from Paul James. Thank you very much for listening. We'll be back with you in around about an hour's time as we bring you Scotland against Switzerland. Until then, for myself and Paul James, it's goodbye for now.